In this video I will share with you what I consider to be some of the most helpful tips that you can come across in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Starting with tip number 1, usually when players enter the red zone tier 3, they're focused on the high value target contracts, deliver cargo, however there's always this orb that will float around. If you continuously keep shooting it until it stops moving and explodes, it has a chance to give you a very high rarity item, in my case right here, a legendary ether tool. This item will upgrade the rarity of your weapon from base to legendary in one click. Tip number 2, if you make your way over into your acquisition stash, you can see that there is a limit of 10 items. In my case, I'm fully maxed out, 10 out of 10. However, if you make your way over into your rucksack and you select an item inside it, swap it, and on top of that you craft an item from a schematic, you'll notice that that item went into your stash. You can keep doing this until your stash number reaches 20 out of 10. Anything after that will get destroyed. Tip number 3, if you get lucky enough while you're doing a contract which requires some kind of time limit, if you land yourself at double points while the contract is about to be complete, activate the double points, and the second the contract completes you will notice that instead of the initial amount it promised you, you will get double that. Tip number 4, if you're playing solo, keep an eye out for these chests. They can also come in smaller ones. You're looking for the turret circuits. If you come across them, don't just abandon them, make sure you stow them. Now, this comes extremely handy when you're completing bounty contracts, especially ones like the Mega Abomination. If there's a turret nearby, deposit the circuit inside and lure the Abomination near you. Without even shooting the Abomination or doing any damage to it on my own, you'll notice that the turret will take it down in less than 30 seconds. Without using any glitches, this is by far the fastest way to take the Abomination down, especially when you're playing solo. Next up on the list, we have an extremely fast way to sprint. If you have stamina up in one of the 3 kill streaks, either Juggernaut, Precision Airstrike, or Mortar Strike, if you hold that kill streak in your hand without using it, you'll be able to outrun all of these super sprinters. The next tip on the list, and this is 100% success rate, if you make your way to any of the ether nests around the map and you successfully destroy all of the cysts, it is going to allow you to open up the loot cache inside. Inside you will always find multiple ammo mods, and this is consistent no matter how many you do. The next tip on the list is extremely useful if you're doing tier 3 solo. For the tactical spot, make sure you use decoy grenades. Whenever you get in a sticky situation, you can throw one of these down and all of the zombies will get attracted to it. Very similar to a monkey bomb, however they do not explode and you can refill them at the ammo caches around the map, making it pretty much infinite. Next up is a fairly small one but a useful one in tricky situations. If you go up to one of these vertical zip lines and you ascend normally, you'll notice that it'll take a second before it lifts you up it. If you approach the line and jump at it before you ascend, you'll notice that it will instantly take you up without the loading animation at the bottom. Every so often around the map you'll come across these hidden caches. Make sure you open them up and don't leave them unnoticed. They contain very high loot, including the Juggernaut killstreak. This next tip is going to be extremely helpful because it comes with multiple benefits. If you get yourself the PhD Flopper perk can either through the Easter egg or you purchase it through a machine, one of the great benefits is that you will not get damaged by fire, and that includes the Hellhound explosion. The second benefit of PhD Flopper is that despite not having a gas mask, if you enter the storm you will not take damage. You'll see your screen ticking, however you'll still remain at full health. PhD Flopper will also allow you to complete ether nests and infected strongholds without a gas mask. To play Modern Warfare 3 Zombies efficiently, you need to use your map. Once the objectives disappear in the loading screen, if you press the button to pull out your minimap, you'll be able to load into it before the game starts. You won't be able to ping any locations, but you can get a rough idea where you spawn and what's around you. This next tip is extremely helpful whether you're trying to grind tier 3 solo or you're just trying to complete challenges. If you have Elemental Pop perk equipped while having an ammo mod, it will trigger the ammo mod quite frequently, a lot more frequent than it would without Elemental Pop. You can also use this trick to freeze 10 Hellhounds using Cryo Freeze. This is one of the challenges that many people had an issue with, so just use this for that. Next up is one of my favorites. If you focus on getting headshots on regular zombies, there's a high chance they're going to drop an item called a Chunk of Flesh. You'll want to gather 4 of these chunks of flesh and make your way over to the far west side in the tier 3 zone. There's going to be a crashed building with a big flag in it with a doghouse right underneath. Go up to the doghouse and input all 4 pieces of flesh. Once you do that, back out and you'll notice that the dog will escape out of the doghouse. You now have a tier 3 companion which is extremely powerful, never dies, stays with you for the whole duration of the game, and as you see right here, it can completely distract the Mega Abomination, so it'll do anything for you. There's also another very helpful thing that your companion can do. Once you go down near it, it will revive you shortly after. Next up, whenever you come across these little chests with the green screen, make sure you go up to them and open them. They have a chance of containing a large rucksack, which is going to increase your inventory space. Everybody knows that armor is extremely effective and necessary in this game mode. If you go to any mercenary stronghold in a tier 1 area and you clear it out, there is going to be a safe somewhere inside the building on the 2nd floor. Go up to it and open it up. Once the safe opens up, you'll go inside it and you'll notice that there will always be a 3-plate armor vest for you to pick up. For this next tip, I wouldn't make it my primary objective. However, if you come across 3 armored trucks driving on the highway, that's the mercenary convoy. There is going to be 3 supply boxes inside these, 1 in the back of each truck. They definitely contain good loot, so if you come across it, make sure to take advantage. Last but not least, this is one of my personal favorites and I use this in almost every single game. Around the map you will find these dimensional rifts which you can jump into, and it is going to launch you from very high up in the sky. From here, I always use this tactic to make my way to the tier 3 zone to either pack a punch a weapon, purchase perks, or pick up a contract. You can just jump in, do the business, and simply run away. I also use this whenever I'm trying to buy legendary wall buys. You can scout if it's a legendary from quite a distance, and if it's not, you can either try to get to one quickly or just back out to safety. Thank you very much for watching the video. I wish you a fantastic day. Peace.